I actually looked up the name of this person before I started recording. Oh my god, what is this? Anyways, here we have a battle against that Pokemon Trader. It is a standard match, so here we go. Still some 4th gen info, some bits. So, he is going to lead off with a Gyarados. I don't know why Gyarados is kind of a weird lead. I guess it has taunt and he doesn't like getting stealth rock damage or something. I don't know. So I'm just going to go for the safe Thunderbolt I led with my Starmie. And he just switches up, throwing said Thunderbolt right off the bat, goes into a Bronzong, which won't take anything from said Thunderbolt. So I figure I'm not sure what the thing's going to do. I don't really have much to do by staying in the Starmie, so I'm just going to go straight into Registeel. See what he wants to do. He does set up the screens, which I kind of figured because I didn't see any leftovers on the thing. So I'm going to go for my Stealth Rocks, figuring Light Reflects coming next, and that's exactly what he does. So he has both screens up, which are going to be annoying for the next 7 to 8 turns. He switches into a Togekiss, which is a pain. I'm just going to go for the Thunder Wave, predicting a switch, or for him to stay, and even if I got the Bronzong paralyzed, I would have set up screen not as reliably, which is nice. But this thing actually has a Lumberry, which is kind of interesting. So he goes for the Fire Blast. I figure it can live any hit, even the Aura Sphere. Fire Blast is a little bit more than I like, but it's still not a 2-hit KO, which is awesome. I'm just gonna go for the second T-Wave to make sure that thing is indeed paralyzed, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna switch out here because I'm kind of figuring I don't want to take any more Fire Blast down. I can go into Heatran and get the Flash Fire boost, but he actually gets Parax, which kind of sucks for me. So I go for the Flamethrower just to be safe, just kind of seeing what the thing wants to do. He actually goes into a Kingdra, which is kind of annoying because it X4 resists my Fire type attacks and does jack shit, which sucks. So I'm just gonna go into M, predicting the Water move because I love this Empoleon. I love Empoleon sets that don't have to choose between Ice Beam and Grass Knot. If you have to choose between Ice Beam and Grass Knot, I'm not using that set because I need both of the attacks, which is why I never use that standard Angelissa Fataya one, because I hate that set. Jeez. Okay, so I go for the Grass Knot on the Kingdra again, just to continuously be safe. He goes in the Fortress, and I think a screen were off there. I'm not even sure. So yeah, he goes for the Rapid Spin, and I go back into my Heatran. I'm gonna go for the safe Flamethrower again, I believe, or do I predict a switch? I'm pretty sure I just go for the safe Flamethrower. Yes, I do, and he goes back into Gyarados, which I was figuring he was gonna do this, but I really wasn't afraid of the Gyarados because my team could just deal with this thing pretty easily. So I'm gonna go into my Starmie now because I figure he's going to Dragon Dance, and I'm pretty sure I'm still faster after Dragon Dance if it's a standard bulky Gyara. And if it's offensive Gyara, he'll kill me, but then I can just revenge him pretty easily. So it's still not that big of a deal. So I do end up being faster, which is kind of nice. So I'm just gonna Thunderbolt it, and it is going to die, which is pretty neat. So there goes that Gyarados, which wasn't much of a threat. It's like Gen 5. Just Gyarados just isn't the same in Gen 5 anymore, even with Moxie. So he goes back into Gyarados. He goes back into what's his face, Bronzong. As I go into Emp, fearing whatever's, and I'm just gonna go for the Hydro Pump. Even though he has Light Screen up, it still does a shitload because Specs Emp is pro. But he does live and is able to set up his Reflect. I'm just gonna go for another Hydro Pump to take out the Bronzong, which is nice because now those Reflect and Light Screen could just, you can't set them back up again, which is neat. He's going to go into his Gengar here. I'm just going to stay in to see what this thing wants to do. I was kind of figuring it's the standard sub 1 or standard protect, just not a he actually kills me, which leads me to believe that he's Specs, because I don't think a standard Scarf Gengar can kill me with a Focus Blast. So I'm going to go into Doug Show just to sub to see if he's locked on the Focus Blast, and he is, which is cool. And I was kind of hoping for a Focus Blast miss, but that doesn't happen, at least not yet. Spoilers. So yeah, he hits the Focus Blast, which is a pain. I'm gonna go for the safe Night Slash because I was kind of surprised he stayed in. I was actually predicting a switch as well, but he actually stayed in, which is also very weird. So I'm gonna go for the Night Slash on it, but now he switches into Kingdra, figuring I'd do this. So I go for the sub once more just to see what the Kingdra wants to do. I'm not sure if it's choice, but I kind of wanted to scout it a little bit more. And maybe Hydro Pump and miss, who knows. So I'm gonna go for the Earthquake now because nothing on my team at this point can really take a Hydro Pump per se. My Starmie could kind of take it, but I kind of need that thing at full health for other things. So I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake, get some damage off, and let my Dugtrio die, which kind of sucks. But I do get it at low enough point of health, and I was also partly stalling out that Light Screen there too. So here I was so sure he was gonna switch it. I went for the Flamethrower, over predicting my ass off, which really sucks because I lose my Heatran for absolutely no reason. That was just a huge misplay. I was just thinking way too hard of that play. Oh, I should have went for the safe Dragon Pulse, but sometimes you over predict and it costs you the match, and that sucks. So I go into Starmie, which is what I probably should have went to in the first place anyways, but whatever, I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt and take out the Kingdra. That Heatran misplay just sucked so badly. He's going to go now back into his Gengar. I know he's faster. I know he's going to go for the Shadow Ball. I don't know if he's faster, but he's going to go for the Shadow Ball to hit me. I predicted that going to my Staraptor, my last reveal Pokemon, because I saved it just in case I needed it. So I'm going to go for the Close Combat, knowing you're going to want to switch here because I knew he was choiced, and that's going to do a ton, even though Braver would have done more to the Fortress anyways, but still I was predicting a switch, and I wanted to EL Pro and stuff. So here I know he's going to go back into Gengar just to take the close combat. So I predict the switch right back into Gengar, go into Registeel, which was an awesome play for me because I can predict stuff well sometimes, even though that other prediction was really fail. So I'm going to go for the T-Wave, just hit it. I know Focus Blast probably won't kill me unless he's modest, and if he is modest, it would have killed me, which kind of sucks if he is modest and that did hit, because then I would have died, which would have sucked. But then I could have more stuff to deal with it, so it didn't really matter at the end of the game. But whatevs. I go for another T-Wave. I go for Iron Head. He switches into Togekiss, which is nice because now I get to Hax the Hax God himself. I get to flinch a Togekiss to death, which is amazing. Yes, Togekiss, you're going to die to flinches and paralyzes. How does this make you feel? You deserve it. So it gets a lot of flinches and paralyzes here. I kind of feel bad about it. I mean, he doesn't have a good chance of attacking, I believe, but it's like a 50% or like 47 or something. You don't just add 25 and 30 to get it. It probably doesn't work like that. I should know. I take data management, and I forget how it works. But actually, I don't, but I just too lazy to do the calculations. So whatever, Togekiss dies to a bunch of paraflinches, and Gengar is going to need, it's also going to flinch right here, which is kind of nice, so I'm just going to Hax everything to death with a Registeel, which is hilarious, and he actually gets free there and misses Focus Blast again, so I feel really bad at this point, so I just go for the Explosion just for no reason, because I kind of felt bad about all that hacks, because I hate getting hacks. It's just annoying. So he gets pair hacks for no reason, which is not very funny. But I'm just going to go into Staraptor, not Brave Bird. Go into Staraptor, lock myself into Brave Bird, and that's going to be the game, because his last is Gengar and Fortress, neither of which can take a Brave Bird, especially from Bandit Staraptor. So that's going to be a good game, that Pokemon Trainer. I'll see you guys next time for some more stuffs, I guess. So, yeah, that was cool. Bye, home nizzles, or shizzles, in my dizzy, or nizzy.